Ladies and gentlemen, dear experts, welcome to this College CP Training of Trainers course. This sequence is on accompany your presentation with written notes. In this sequence, we are going to cover 2 points. 1, why use a written medium? And 2, how to use written notes. Why use a written medium? Written notes can be used as a training aid. For trainers, during a presentation or exercise, for example, to give instructions. And for participants, before, during, or after the course. It's very useful to make a checklist for public speaking. For this, the use of small cards is ideal. 1, they are stiffer than paper. 2, they are more discreet and manageable than a large sheet of paper. And 3, their size encourages us to be concise in our notes. These notes provide a safety net in case of hesitation and prevent the speaker from reading out a text. Keywords, note sentences are preferred. These cards must be clear to allow for quick identification and to maintain contact and interaction with the audience. It's best to write your notes on one side only and number them clearly to avoid confusion. You could also add, for example, the timing for screening visual aids and for pauses. It is better to note the actual occasion when each point is discussed rather than duration in order to easily check the planned sequence. As a training aid for participants in printed or printable form, written notes summarize important information from a course or provide further information on a particular topic. The written notes contain text, but also computer graphics, key figures, explanatory diagrams, scientific studies, or expert testimony. You can present written notes as a bonus to your training or integrate them directly into a training sequence. Written notes can be used to introduce a topic, review or deepen an aspect of the training, stimulate debate, legitimize content, giving the stamp of authority, give examples on the content, provide information and data to complement the oral presentation, serves as a reference after the training, allow participants to assimilate content at their own pace, communicate the same content to participants. How to use written notes. Use a single tool. It might seem that the best way is to use a single tool. It will serve both as a presentation and as a printed memo for the participants. Why bother using 2 tools? You could make one only, containing all the necessary information and distribute it at the beginning of the training. But if you distribute the support beforehand, participants will no longer listen to you, reassured by the fact they have the written document. And a few who do follow will read the PowerPoint while you are speaking and will not listen to anything you say. If you say what comes into your head, no one will notice. So it's like shooting yourself in the foot. When to distribute written notes. Trainers should decide when the notes will be made available to the participants. Should it be 1, before the training, including distance learning, as a prerequisite to prepare participants to listen to the presentation? In this case, the written material contains, for example, the detailed course outline. 2, at the beginning of the training, for a very explanatory presentation with exercises that will serve as a guideline for the participants and encourage note-taking. But the risk is that students will just leaf through it and will read it during the training time. 3, better at the end of the online course, for those who missed part of the presentation, for a more detailed presentation using diagrams, for a more informative presentation that may contain a summary of essential knowledge and concepts, as well as self-assessment exercises or situations and problems to be solved. For participants to keep a comprehensive documentation file. At the beginning of the session, trainers must inform participants whether notes will be made available so that they can adapt their conduct during the presentation. Taking notes or not. An ideal document should be a written medium and include the following elements. Learning objectives related to the professional activity in question. Useful prerequisites. Presentation of new data addressed in the training. Diagrams. White space for personal note-taking, such as a column at the side of the document, as well as a blank text in which key notions are missing. Definitions, legends of diagrams, small exercises, etc. for participants to fill in. Training exercises linked to professional practice. Written notes are the lasting record of the course and can be enriched by the participants' personal notes. Written notes allow participants to concentrate on the essentials, comprehension, and first assimilation.